FlossTube. My name is Sarah. I'm from Memphis, and this is my channel about cross stitch. Today is, I never can remember, but I know today is Thursday, March the 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. This is going to be a FlossTube Extra. I do not remember which number of FlossTube Extra. Maybe number 5, but this is going to be my 2022 Nashville Needlework Market Recap. Oh my gosh, I have been needing to record this video. And I don't know, I had to pick up all my goodies from my LNS and get my ducks in a row. And I worked a lot when I got back last week. Like Winnie, sorry guys. Winnie wants to cozy up on the tripod here. Let's see if we can. Sorry, I hope that doesn't make anybody sick. But yeah, so a lot of things kind of went into this, and then I kind of was thinking about it for a little bit, and that's not gonna work, Shuggy. Okay. I was like, what am I going to talk about? You know, I did not go as a shop. I'm not a designer. I was a helper. And so, you know, I just thought about, I'm just going to go with that. You know, I made a few notes and I'm just going to go by, I wrote down what it is, what I did, who I met, my take-home message, and all of the goodies. And basically, that's how this is going to be, y'all. I may start throwing in a haul as I go because that will relate to people I met or situations or et cetera, et cetera. But let's just get started. Okay, so beginning of March, there, just for everybody that doesn't know, there is something called the Nashville Needlework Market. This happens every year, the beginning of March, I believe. It didn't happen last year because of COVID. And what it is it is a wholesale sale. Basically, it is for designers and makers of fibers to go to a place, and in this case, it is the Embassy Suites outside of Franklin, Tennessee. And what you do is the Embassy Suites is set up like around like a middle, like an atrium, right? And downstairs you can see like, I don't know, where you eat and sit and the bar and, you know, the lobby and everything. And the rooms are all around with these elevators. These elevators, they go up and down to the different floors. And what happens is, I went this year with LeAnn of Forbidden Fiber Co. She's a stitchy friend of mine, and she's local to me, and she designs charts. She has done yarn dyeing for about 12 years, I believe. And then within the last few years, she started dyeing fabric and floss, and she makes a lot of cool kits. And anyway, she's awesome. So, I went to go help her out with my friend Zan, Crazy Band Lady Stitches. Zan has an Instagram and a FlossTube, as well as LeAnn. LeAnn has a YouTube FlossTube called LeAnn Stitches. Anyway, so Zan and I went to go help LeAnn because this is not something that you can just do on your own. It takes a lot of work. No matter what role you're playing at market, whether you're a shop or a maker or designer, it's tough to do by yourself. So, I mean, there were some people there doing it, and props to them. But anyway, we went to go help, right? We're her friends, and we love the community, and we're Stitchers, and we wanted to go and see everything and meet everyone, and you know, help our friend out, and just have a great weekend. So that's what we did. Okay, so backtrack. The beginning of March every year, there's something called the Nashville Needlework Market, and that is where all of the designers and makers can come and they sell their items, whether it's scissors or fabric or floss or charts, whatever it may be, to your LNS or your online needlework store for the retailers. Okay, so that's the purpose of the weekend. It's an amazing thing. They have a yarn trees who puts it on, and they have like classes for like the shop owners or even the designers. Designers are putting on classes where they can make things, or, you know, they had little seminars about, like, I guess, how to you know, market or what's going on in the industry, or I didn't attend or wasn't able to attend any of those things. Like I said, I went as like an exhibitor helper function was my function. So, but some people that I know did attend those classes and they really enjoyed them. It's a cool thing. So we went to help our friend LeAnn. Zan and I did. And we live about 3 hours southwest of Nashville, or the Franklin area. So we drove. I went and picked up Zan and LeAnn live, I live in Memphis, and Zan and LeAnn live kind of like in a, not a suburb even. They live in a different city. And it's about a good 40 minutes from where I live in Memphis to them. So I went out there and we picked Zan up, and then we went to LeAnn's, and LeAnn drove because she had her vehicle expertly packed full of all of the things we needed for the weekend. Her charts, her fabric, her floss, supplies, just you name it. It was all in LeAnn's vehicle. So we drove up. Lots of traffic that day. It was a Thursday. Beautiful weather, but lots of traffic. And we got there and got checked into our hotel room just fine. So the hotel rooms basically there are suites. Every hotel room in there, because it's called Embassy Suites, are suite-like. So there's like a whole front living area that has like a couch and a TV and a table and a little kitchen and a bathroom, and then the bedroom in the back. So we were actually staying in the bedroom area. And then we turned the whole front area into the storefront, okay? So it's like a traveling trunk show, right? And so that's where the shops would all come in, or whoever was coming in to look and buy or whatever, that's where they would come in and see your stuff. All right, so we got there and we got checked in just fine, and we got there not super early. You know, kind of mid to late afternoon, which was fine, because nothing really happened until Friday as far as with selling anything or whatever. But so we get there, we get checked in, everybody at the hotel is great, and we start to see that there's going to be a challenge with the elevators. So if you're familiar with Embassy Suites, there's 3 elevators, right? And everybody was needing to get everything upstairs. I think it was the first, second, third, fourth, maybe the second through the 5th floors, I can't remember exactly, that had all of the designers, makers, vendors, I'm going to call them vendors, exhibitors, I think they call them, on them. So you have to imagine that everybody's checking in, so they've got their regular stuff, but then all of these vehicles full of things they need to make their stores have to get up there as well. So LeAnn was smart and brought like this cool dolly thing that you could lay out and flip up and whatever, and we could load all our stuff on it. A lot of people were probably really short for space or didn't even have a dolly like that, and so they were having to use like the bell carts, like from your regular hotel, to load all of their stuff on and go up and down. And so, you know, I can't imagine very many people making it up in one trip. There were some situations I know where people were able to have things actually shipped in advance to the hotel to their room, but there were tons of people unloading things from their vehicles and making several trips up and down. So the elevator line was significant. The elevator line was significant this entire weekend. Unfortunately, one of the elevators wasn't working, so that had all of these people down to using these 2 elevators. What we were able to do, luckily, is we would take a load up. We'd load up our little dolly, take a load up, and then we would come down with the dolly down the stairwell, which was nice because we didn't have to wait to get a ride back down, because, you know, it was really hot in there. The stairwells were like the coolest area. So if you ever just even needed time to just like cool down, if you just were going between 1 or 2 floors anytime on the whole weekend, the stairs were your best bet if you could take them, because it was nice and cool there and just a lot less crowded. So we were able actually to go back down using the dolly. So that worked out great. We didn't have as many loads as a lot of people did. But we still had quite a few. So we got everything loaded up. And in the meantime, I just have to tell y'all that, like, you're seeing all these people, right? Like, I'm seeing people that I recognize. Like, I see Karen and Bren from Fox and Rabbit sitting over there at the table, you know, visiting with some people. And, you know, you're just like, wow, did I really just ride in the elevator with so-and-so? Was that Beth Twist of Heartstring Stamper that I just passed in the hallway? Why, yes, 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 it was. You know, so it was just like that all weekend. To someone who is a stitcher and who loves stitching and loves, you know, all of the FlossTube and the Instagram and all of the wonderful things that go along with our hobby, it was like being like a kid in the candy store. Like it was just flat out amazing. I'm not going to downplay that one bit. I did plenty of fangirling all weekend long, and it was inspiring. I'm just going to say the vibe of the whole weekend was so positive and uplifting, and the people that I spent time with and got to chat with and got to know, and just it was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, it totally made up for the feet that felt like they belonged to another human being, okay? Because we were on our feet all weekend long. But okay, back to Thursday. So we got everything loaded into the room, and then we were just kind of looking around at the room, trying to figure out what we were going to be doing. I think there's some sort of, like I said, I was not the exhibitor, I was the helper, but LeAnn was able to get some tips. I think they must have had a webinar or a message board, I don't know, something that kind of gave them tips about how to handle this, or little tips and tricks. So we basically like rearranged all the furniture in the room, and I mean, nobody's room was the same. That was kind of the amazing thing. Like, we pulled furniture out of a room and moved things all the way around the room. The rooms are really, really dark, so we changed the light bulbs to a higher wattage. We just tried to do everything we could to maximize the light in the room. You know, some places had, you know, we bought an air freshener, so it smelled good in there. Some people had candles in their room. Some people had, like, I'm just not going to just talk about our room, I'll talk about other rooms. Like, Amanda May of Ardith Designs, she was kind of like this way across the atrium from us, and all of a sudden you just see like this beautiful neon glowing rainbow in the corner, and it's like she had these lights up, and it was people's rooms were just gorgeous. People had fairy lights. The primitive hair was right next to us. She had this beautiful like welcome sign outside with all like these little, you know, fake brambles around it, which looked really nice, and fairy lights. And people had, what were some of the other cool things? People had, like, I think it was Bent Creek was there, and they had like these huge, their room looked like an art studio or something. They had like these huge long shelves that were just made out of this beautiful wood that displayed everything. People are amazing and creative, and if you can imagine your designers that actually design your cross stitch pieces actually foo-fooing up a room for you to come look at their stuff, I mean, it was so cool. Everybody had banners, so you would hang a banner from like your atrium area, so just to look up and you'd be like, okay, I know Forbidden Fabric Co's over here, I know Teresa Kogut's up there, and Lindy Stitches, and because everybody had like their banners hanging. It was amazing the way people displayed things. People brought in those big grids, and they had stuff hanging on the big grids. One of the places that actually had the grids like in front of their window with their curtains open, and they had like all of these beautiful needlework, like antique samplers hanging on them. I think that was another thing that was so amazing, was that like getting to see all of these models in person, it made me want, well, you know, I gave my LNS not a huge list to start shopping with, you know, and then the more I would see it, the more I was adding to my list. I mean, it was just, seeing things in person, just, as you know, if you've ever had the opportunity to shop at an LNS that has models hanging on the wall, that will get you every time. So so we were taking in all of this, and in the meantime, trying to figure out how we were going to rearrange our room and cover things up and unpack and display things. And, we had things to hang the floss from and pricing signs. And, you want it to be very shoppable and easy for the shop owners to get in and navigate and ask questions and everything like that. So we got a lot of that done on Thursday. Like, I'm going to say almost all of that done on Thursday. And then we were able to make it down. Embassy Suites is kind of cool in the fact that, like, every evening between certain hours, I can't remember when it starts, like 5:30 or 6, they have a happy hour where they have like free drinks and snacks. And so we went down for happy hour, and we ran into Liz and Sherry from the Stitchery Nook. I don't know if you remember me talking about them, if you've watched my FlossTubes in the past, about I went to the Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa this past summer, and I actually met up with the ladies of the Black Needle Society there and Carla Roladex Stitcher, and we all shopped and had a great shopping day and lots of fun. And so we saw Sherry and Liz, so it was super nice to see them and catch up. And we saw a few other people here and there, and then we decided we were going to go get something to eat. We landed on eating at P.F. Chang's, so that was nice. LeAnn's got small kids, and I think it was just a fun girls' dinner weekend where we could just go and visit and have a nice dinner. So we had a really nice dinner, and we had a really nice waiter, and we had such a nice waiter, and he talked to us so much that I had left my debit card there. So that was something in itself. But anyway, so yeah, we had a great dinner, and we came back, and what did we do then? I think we might have gone downstairs. Oh yeah, we weren't really that tired yet, so we did go downstairs and attempt to put some stitches in. Zan and I were both doing the Steel City Stitchers March Madness, where we were trying to get some stitches in on pieces every day. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Some days I barely got a stitch in. I might have pulled it out and looked at it, but whatever. We were just downstairs for a little bit, and there's like, okay, we're gonna go on and go to bed. So we went back up and went to bed, and we were staying in that little room right there, and I don't know, my carpal tunnel for whatever reason decided to lose its mind. So I was up and down most of the night. So I ended up pretty much sleeping on the little pull-out sofa love seat thing in the corner all weekend because I mean, I just didn't want to toss and turn and keep Zan up, because once it starts bothering me, then just forget it. Like, I'm just going to be up and down all night long, and that's miserable for somebody who's just trying to sleep. So anyway, it was fine though. Got up in the morning, went down to breakfast. Cool thing about Embassy Suites, they have a free breakfast situation too. And then we ran into Sherry and Liz, and so we sat down with them, and had breakfast with them. It was really nice to catch up. Had lots of good conversations. Was interesting to hear from a shop's perspective, their take on everything and how everything goes and kind of the process and the situation. And so we had a small list of items that we knew we needed from the store. So after breakfast, we went to the store. Was that the night before? I want to just backtrack about running into people while you were there, because that just made me think about going to the store, because the night before, when we were on our way out to dinner, I got an Instagram message, and it was from Kenny Stitches on Instagram, and he was like, "Are you at Market?" And I'm like, "Oh, yes, I am." And he's like, "You just walked past me in the lobby." So I'm telling you all, like, I like to message back and forth with Kenny. I love what Kenny works on. We have a lot of similar tastes. He models stitches for a lot of designers that I really like their stuff. And I mean, I walked right by him. I didn't know who he was. I mean, when I'm telling you though, that like, you're seeing people come in that you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming. So I ran back inside and got to give him a big hug. And he actually was working at Meridian Designs, which was just a few little booths. I'm going to call it booth, but a room, whatever, down from us. So I got to spend some time with Kenny over the weekend and get to know him a little better and catch up. And it was lovely. It was lovely. So back to going to the store. We went to the store, and going to the store is where I noticed that I had misplaced my debit card. You know, I have this wallet that's like a million years old. In fact, I think I was carrying it around that weekend, and Janine McGowan from the Blue Flower was like, I love those wallets. I have a wallet just like that. They're the hobo wallets, you know, and like mine has seen better days, but I mean, like that wallet's not going anywhere. And anyway, so I always have it in a certain spot. And when I was at the store to check out and buy my few things that I needed, it wasn't there. And I was like, oh, great. So we thought for a minute, and I'm like, I bet that waiter was so engaging and nice. I gave him a cash tip, and then I paid for dinner with my debit card. And I was like, I bet that I left it there. So I called P.F. Chang's and they had it. So we had to go and pick that up. And then LeAnn was trying to get back in time to attend a class for retailers. No, not retailers. Exhibitors. Yeah, she was trying to get back to attend a class at a certain time, but we were kind of hungry. So I was like, there's a Witch right there by the P.F. Chang's. And I love Witch. I always try to eat there, like when we used to go to Murfreesboro for volleyball tournaments or whatever. And they had never eaten there before. So I was like, do you mind just stopping in there to get a sandwich? So we did. And in the meantime, I called my bank while we were eating our sandwich. And I said, hey, look, I don't see anything like weird on my account, but you know, my debit card was left at the restaurant overnight. Do you think I need to like cancel it? And they're like, well, you're out of town, can you do without it? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So anyway, so I canceled that, handled all that over lunch. So we had a really good lunch, and then we got back to the hotel, and LeAnn went to her class. And when we were walking back in, let's see, who all did we see? We're on Friday, right? Yes, Friday. So gosh, was it after lunch that we saw Bobby? I don't remember. I just remember Bobby being there. No, I think it must have been in the morning. Bobby being there, and I got to meet her for the first time in real life. And so Bobby is my friend. She is also Pumpkin Creek Primitives. She has an online store. We are friends. We started multiple projects together, and we have stitch-alongs, and we do Zooms, but we never got to meet in person. So that was amazing. Her husband dropped her off, and I'm like, what's up? And it was just great. I went out there to meet her, and she had come a little bit early for a class. And so I was seeing her, and she got in there, and then the ladies from the Black Needle Society and Athena, they showed up, and so it was like, it's good to see them again. In fact, they gave us these really cute little, Laura and Katie did these little cross-stitch lifestyle boxes. Oh, it's neat. It's got like a little candle in it. I think they were handing them out to like designers maybe or stuff over the weekend. I'm not sure, but anyway, it was super, super good to see them. They were doing some shopping for people. And then, you know, just like a lot of people were showing up. It was Friday. So Bobby came out and hung with us for a while. She had to go. We got her checked in, and then she had a class that she was going to, and LeAnn had a class that she was going to, and Zan and I, we were just hanging out. And what did we do? We were wearing our Just Keep Stitching shirts, so we made sure we got a picture of that. And then we saw Steph behind us back there in the balcony, which I got to meet and hug Steph for like 5 seconds. She worked her butt off. Steph of Just Keep Stitching, who also works at Keepsakes, she worked her butt off all weekend. Like that girl was running all over that place. So I got to see her for like 5 whole seconds, but I did get to see her in real life, and it was wonderful. And I was so happy to finally get to meet her. And so, yeah, LeAnn went to the class, and Zan and I went back to the room, and we just kind of like did some last minute things, foo-foo up, and then they have a thing. This is our little book we got. But they have an early bird evening from 4 to 8 on Friday. Now, not everybody's open for that, but we were open for that. So that was wild. We had a lot of business. It was busy because not all of the places were open, but a lot of shops came in, and a lot of shops did a bunch of shopping. They were running around picking up their pre-orders. They have things at Market called Market Exclusives, where like for Forbidden by Fiber Co, for instance, it was like it was a bag that had a kit in it that was like a chart, and it had a needle minder in it and the floss, and you got to put your fabric in it. And so we have pre-orders of that, and we just have people actually buying that as well. And So yeah, so we opened right on time at 4 o'clock, and we kind of worked it out to where like LeAnn handled like the money and the checkout and the actual taking orders from shops and all of that sort of talking. And Zan was mostly in the room, like pulling out more things when it got low and helping people, you know, with the sheets and the pricing and talking. And then she would kind of come out of the room and then in by the door. And then I was standing at the door and I was greeting people in the hall and letting them know what was in our shop and what was available, and just talking to people that I knew or didn't know, but recognized from either FlossTube or hearing you all talk about your LNS. I could see their name tag and, oh yeah, you're so-and-so. You know, just, it was amazing. It was wonderful. It was super busy and great and fun. And we were exhausted by the time 8 o'clock. I'm just going to say our neighbors were Isabella from Primitive Hair, and her friend was there helping her. And why I can't remember her name right this second. See, I'm going to do this. And then Lottie Da, Lori Markovic, and her husband were next door to us. And we could not have asked for more amazing, wonderful neighbors. They were so fun to get to chat with and talk to and bounce ideas off of, and just like, I couldn't have asked for better people to be spending time in the hallway with when they could come out. They were busy, of course, but when they could come out and escape, they would come out. And down the hall from us, we had Michelle Bendy and Jenny McGowan of the Blue Flower, and right across the way over here was Leela Studios. And I mean, it was just, it was wonderful. I mean, I'm going to say that a million times, right? It was wonderful. So Friday night was super, super busy. And we had fun, and then we were done, and it was 8 o'clock, and we were starving, and somehow they had like a buffet that we missed the boat on, as far as ordering ahead of time. You know, we weren't on top of that. We weren't sure that's what we were going to do, and we checked in, and did I tell y'all that my LNS was there? So my LNS, Billy and Jan, were there. And of course, it was so fun to see them. And they came by and visited and shopped. And then, you know, there was a whole weekend thing. Like every time I'd see them, I'd be like, I need so-and-so from this place. And my list just kept growing and growing. And in fact, I didn't really get to leave my floor area, which we were on the 3rd floor. I didn't really get off my floor until Sunday. Like Saturday, we were just busy, all day busy. And like I said, Friday night. And then, you know, we're getting up early and we're getting started early and we're finishing late. And we just had a really nice, you know, so what do we have this second night? We had, I think we did Uber Eats Red Robin, which was cold, and we didn't have any ketchup when it came, but whatever. We were starving. I can't even remember what we ordered the last night. It's just out of my brain. Something, but nothing phenomenal, of course. And anyway, so yeah, it was just a wonderful, busy weekend full of meeting a million wonderful people, all in this industry, getting to hang out with some friends. Like Bobby kind of used our store area in our bedroom as like where she was putting stuff while she was shopping during the day. So got to meet Bobby and her husband Chad, and then her sweet mama on Sunday. Ymir came, and Ymir's fella Eli came, and I got to meet him and see Ymir again. That's Ymir of Almond MnMs, and she was kind of in and out a lot too. And I got to meet I already said Karen and Bren from Fox and Rabbit. They're wonderful. They're so amazing. And Noah Stitches came to help them. Noah's great too. I totally fangirled over Derek and Christian from Fortnight Fabrics. I went to visit them on Sunday just for a minute to say hi. I bother Christian a lot on Instagram because I'm kind of obsessed with their cat Yzma. Yeah, because she's amazing. And so they're super sweet and so nice and gracious. And it just getting to just run into these people and have these little small conversations with people. You know, it was just sort of basically, it was just like priceless. Like this weekend, Gary and Ronnie, I had the best time visiting with Gary and Ronnie. I think it was Sunday. Gary was running around and Ronnie came by, and then Ronnie had been running around, but then he just stopped and we just talked and talked for a long time. I love their bags. Y'all know I love their bags. Those are the bags that I use the most. And just to get to meet them in person and, you know, talk to them and see the pictures of their dogs and just I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like the whole weekend was like that. Like just getting to know people better, know people in the industry, know, you know, what's going on with them and what's the newest and latest and greatest. And the whole vibe of the weekend, that's how it was. Like it was fun. It was really pleasant. I'm going to say, you know, sometimes when stuff would get busy, I could see some of the designers, not designers necessarily, maybe the shop owners were a little bit more stressed out than we were, because they were literally like running, ticking off their list. But Sunday was a great day because it was kind of like they were coming back by places and spending a little bit more time at places, and they had already fulfilled a lot of their stuff. And I'm telling y'all, God love my LNS, because Billy and Jan, I had popped into Summer House Stitchworks, and I'm so glad I went in there because there's something that I'm stitching that they actually had the model of, and I knew when I bought it several months ago I was going to love it. And I saw it in person and it is amazing. But so I was asking them a question because, I mean, well, she wasn't busy. First of all, you wouldn't interrupt if somebody was in there ordering or whatever. But if they weren't busy and you could stop in, which, like I said, I got to on Sunday. I was asking Beth about she had a series a long time ago she did called the Baltimore Bride series, and I could only been able to find Sophia, and she said no. That I was like, do the other ones exist? Because I thought there was like 3 more, and she's like, yeah. So my LNS was in there, so I'm like, okay, I need these 3 things for them, and then I'm pulling one of them over next door to Ink Circles. I'm like, okay, and will you all buy me? I need these things from them, you know. So like, anyway, they were like, Sarah, oh my gosh, because yeah, they were just adding to my little market. Billy's just being Billy, writing, and Jan, they're just writing down what I need, so they have it for me. So anyway, like I said, they're amazing. I probably drove them absolutely insane. But I just want to go through, let's see. I think the best way for me to do this now, so you guys kind of get the idea of it, right? That's how it is. It's a long weekend. It's full of a lot of people. There's a lot going on. People are selling stuff. People are talking, making connections, talking about collaborations, you know, checking out the new, like LeAnn, Forbidden Fiber Co. She dyes fabric and floss. She has gorgeous floss that I really, really enjoy stitching with, and that, you know, it would be really great if some of the designers that I love started, you know, designing with it so I could use her floss for that sort of stuff, you know. Her fabric's great too, and it was just like, I got to meet Stephanie, Fabrics by Stephanie. She is so nice. Her fabric was gone like, boop. Of course, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, right? I met Brandy of Be Stitch Me. They're just, everyone that I got to meet was so nice and welcoming. Rosewood Manor, Karen Kluba, her shop was like wall to wall models, y'all. Like, I know if you've watched the Sunshine Stitchers recently, she was like a special guest on their FlossTube. And she talks about, I mean, maybe, I don't know, does this 300 and something sound right as far as charts she had maybe said, but she had so many models in there. I could have spent a half a day in there just drooling over everything, because everything was just so beautiful, stitched up. And she's such a lovely person to speak with, and so nice. Okay, so let's just talk about some of the stuff I brought home, and some of the more of the great people that I met, because I just have tons and I'm already at 34 minutes. I cannot believe this. Yeah, okay. So like I said, Blue Flower, Janine McGowan, she was just down the hall from us. And so one of her market releases was this Mogi Manor. Isn't it so pretty? It's really big. It's 191 by 223. And it's mostly, looks like it's all designed with, well, it has a DMC conversion and some fancy floss, but I just loved it. Her models in person were beautiful, and of course, If you go to market, you get like, and your LNS goes and they buy you things. Lots of designers will have a free chart, which I'm not going to show you really, but I did particularly ask my market to pick up Janine's free chart design, because what they do is they can take it home and they can give it to anyone that shops with them. I really wanted it because it's really cute. It's like a little violets or something, or pansies, I'm not sure. It's cute though. So I got that from the Blue Flower. Janine was wonderful. I didn't get pictures with everyone. I mean, because the paparazzi pull was strong. Like, I was wanting to, but I didn't get them with everybody. But I did manage to get one with Janine. So I'm gonna pop pictures in here along the way. And I met so many people. I'm sure I'm going to forget to say that I saw someone or I connected with someone, and I'm sorry. It was such a overwhelming weekend in such a wonderful way that, yeah, that's just how it's going to go. So, okay. So the Blue Flower, I did get to meet Kathy Haberman in the elevator. She's very nice. Hands-on design. I didn't get to make it over to her little area, but I did tell my LNS I wanted this. So they picked me up. This is her flag block party of the 4th. It came with these really cute pins. Do you see? I did meet the lady, the Jabco button lady. She was nice. But yeah, those are the pins. That's the flag. It came with one of these little wool pieces. So that's going to be fun to stitch. Another cool thing that they do that I asked my LNS to pick me up was this Happiness is Homemade. I only knew about this cookbook because I looked at the GaRon Stitchery website where they listed all the market releases, and it was listed on there. And when Carolyn CZ Zook did a little rundown of all of them, she said something about it. The cool thing about these, and I'll just tell you this because you might not have known about it, and maybe next year you might want to ask your LNS to buy one for you. It is a cookbook, and the cookbook, the recipes and things are from the designers, but there's so many fun things in here. This thing is full of charts, y'all. Let's just see. This one is a Summer House Stitch Works chart. We've got a Rosewood Manor. I mean, like it's like full of recipes and charts. And let me try to find one that doesn't have a. I don't know. There's just like, you know, so fun, right? So fun. So if you think about it, next year, ask your LNS to buy one of these, bring one of these home for you. They weren't super expensive. So, and they're cool. They're cool. Let's see. What else did they have me get? Fox and Rabbit. I made it up to Fox and Rabbit like on Sunday, I think. But everything was gone. Like everything was gone. They were super busy, but my LNS was able to get me some. There are 2 new fabric releases from market. So this is a 36 count salt bush. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that's really, really pretty. Karen and Brent are really nice. They're from Australia. If you don't know who they are, and they were so nice and gracious. And I got to talk to Karen several times, maybe Brent almost only once. She was always running around trying to do 50 million things. And her Noah came and visited a few times. All right, this one is Flannel Flower. This was their other new fabric. Oh, I got a larger piece of this. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I do not know what's going on this yet, but it's fabulous. Fabulous. I think this color is just, I don't know how well it's showing up on here. Let's see. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's really, really nice. I'm excited to have both of these. Let's try to put it back in the bag just because this is going to be a nightmare if I don't. I got to spend some time with and talk to, so this is kind of a funny story. Kreinik, Doug from Kreinik, him and Dina. Okay, so LeAnn ran over there, I don't remember what night it was, because we have been waiting and looking for Blue Ice number 4. Okay, we need that for our trick-or-treat fairy to finish stitching her. So she ran over there. She's like, I'm just going to ask them if they have any. And they didn't. They said they didn't have any. So she came back. And then a little while later, here comes Dina running across the thing. And she's got this huge cone of blue ice number 4, y'all. So I own joint custody of a huge cone of blue ice Kreinik number 4 that I'm telling you, LeAnn and I decided we're just gonna blue ice everything. Like if it thinks it looks like it could use some blue ice Kreinik number 4, we're using it because we'll never use that cone up. So like I said, joint custody. I don't have the cone at my house. LeAnn has physical custody, but yes, half of it is mine. So I went over there and got to visit with them for just a minute, and kind of like they do very interesting things. Kreinik does. They do a lot of their products are used like in costumes for TV shows and movies and things like that. So they're very cool to talk to. In fact, Doug may even be doing a little interview Q&A for my FlossTube. So that would be awesome. So hopefully we can come up with some good questions for him maybe in the next couple of months. But I got some scissors from them. So I was looking for something like, are these cool? I don't even know what kind they are. They're for Beachy. Premax, I don't know, they're Italian. And he said these were the scissors of the show. And they seem really, really nice. Really, really nice. But we actually had breakfast with them one of the mornings too. They are very interesting business. Super nice people to talk to. Really enjoyed getting to know them better. All right. Oh, what else do we have here? I'll just show you some of the Forbidden Fiber Co. Things that I got for the weekend. I thought this was really, really cute. I love St. Patrick's Day, and so I got her luck chart, and that came with a floss pack. So we've got honeydew, tie-dyed, which is really cute. It's like, if you could have seen this in person, they were stitched on 40 count, and that's like the whole border is done in tie-dyed. It's really cute. Got Envy, Shamrock, and what's that one? Grasshopper. Yeah. So I took that one home. And then this was a fun idea. So this was kind of like a market thing. LeAnn had a like a Marvel inspired floss line that she had charts to go along with, and the charts were free if you bought the floss pack. So this was for people for market. So we had like a Cyborg and a Danvers, a God of Thunder. You get the idea. So those charts were free if you bought the Marvel inspired floss. So we've got Triple Imposter, King Forever, Cyborg. Ooh, that one's so good. Mad Titan, Jolly Green. And there's actually, we met the ladies from Welcome Stitchery. They're up in Minnesota, and like the Green Giant is like their like town mascot sort of thing. And so they bought a bunch of these for their shop because how fun is that? Jolly Green. Those ladies were wonderful. We've got the General, Danvers. This is probably my favorite one. I love that. The speckling in there. Trickster. Love You 3000. Oh, sorry. That's spam. Wanda. God of Thunder. And Green Mean Machine. Yeah. So, that was my Forbidden Fiber Co. haul. Love that. Sorry, I'm nowhere near that phone, and I'm not jumping up to get rid of that, so it'll stop in just a minute. My apologies. Let's see, what else do we have? I told you that I had a wonderful time speaking with my next door neighbor, Lori Markovic of Lottie Da. She's fabulous. It was nice to talk to. She's a mom too, you know, and she said, I have a kid that's about to go to college. And so she was kind of offering words of advice about things. And she's great. She was great. She was great. So from her, let's see. I got this one, Kindred Spirits of the Thread. This is a drum. Isn't that beautiful? This stuff is so beautiful in person. It was kind of funny because I was stitching on one of her charts, my favorite chart of hers, Serbian Proverb. And I was like, I just finished stitching on that for my Steel City Stitcher March Madness, and I love that one. And it was like her husband's grandfather is where they got the Serbian Proverb from. And so we were telling her husband about it. And then look, her spring hair. Isn't this cute? Zan was telling me she saw this one done with like because Zan got this one too, with the alphabet like in rainbow or something. I don't know. Really neat. It's a good idea though. Love those. And then a few doors down from us, we had Meridian Designs. The designer is Karen down there, and that's who my friend Kenny Stitches was down there. And Karen is the one who, this came out last year. Kristen, oh, she's so pretty. The Arctic Ocean Mermaid with her beluga whales. I know some people are doing a stitch along on this one, and I want to start this one. It's so pretty. She had another new one out this year. I don't remember the name of it. It was very tropical and had this really cute sea turtle on it, and I was super tempted. She also came out with a little biscornu that had a crab on it that I really, really wanted, and by the time they got their buy for it, she was sold out. So that one, the crab biscornu, was a market exclusive, so I'm going to have to wait until that one goes on sale. And then I got this. Isn't this so funny? Okay, they do these little funny bikinis, and I love bacon and eggs. Like, that's my breakfast meal of choice. And it's got this little charm, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this charm very good or not, but y'all, it's like a for real chicken. I love this. I can't wait to stitch that. That's really, really fun. She was super, super nice. Of course she's going to be. She's got Kenny working there. I know Kenny's really nice. So, very, very nice. We didn't meet the maker of this, but her friend was there with her. I can't know, Beaufair Art. It's a fused glass magnet. These are really, really strong needle minders. They're not like your $5 needle minders, but they are really, really nice. They're very smooth, so nothing catches on them. They're made of glass. She has a million different designs. This is her website right there. And this was kind of like my souvenir present to myself for the weekend because, yeah, like I said, it wasn't a $5 needle minder. But it's really, really, really pretty. I love that. I love that. What else do we have here? Oh, I got some ink circles haul. That was where I kidnapped my L&S from, they were in one store, and I got one of them to come in the other store and pick me some stuff up. So I got Shy Violet. Isn't that pretty? And then I got these two, which I've been wanting from the Needlework Expo. The Moo the Merrier ones are so cute. And I've got a grandchild on the way, so I was thinking those would be really, really fun to do. And then she goes, hey, so the Sulky pack for those is down in Michelle Bendy's room. So the Sulky pack for these also works with Michelle's Lucky Cat, which I'll show you in just a minute. So yes, aren't they cute? And then this one was released from Market. Have the fun. I love it. I love it. I've been wanting this one. I can't wait to stitch that one. So she was very nice. She was very busy, Tracy was, but she was very, very nice. Oh my gosh. I didn't get to go to everybody's room that I wanted to, you all. I did not even get to step foot. There were some rooms that were on that top floor, like Blackbird Designs, Teresa Kogut, with that needle and thread. Some of those, there were people in there all the time, 24/7. The lines were super, super long when everything opened. Like, it was just wild. Like, I did not get to go in there. But I had to. This room was busy all the time too, but I had to squeeze my way into the Kathy Barrick, Liz Matthews room, okay? Because I love them. Kathy Barrick is amazing, and Liz is amazing, and they're nice, wonderful humans, and I just wanted to meet them. I didn't take a picture with them. That's like pretty much like if I was really fangirling, I could not even function to take a picture, okay? But they were so nice and so generous, and they're wonderful, wonderful people. I told Kathy about the stitch alongs that we were doing, like the Hawk Run Hollow, the Zooms that I participate in every month, and the stitch along that I have with Sam and Bobby and LeAnn for Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. And I just, let her know that stuff's like it's alive and kicking, right? Like we were all still working on it and really enjoying it. And she really likes my fabric that I'm stitching Hawk Run Hollow on. So, but anyway, I had to have this one. Moons. Oh, it's so big, but it's so awesome. I didn't even know like I had heard of blood moon and maybe a snow moon. I don't know, but there's like a moons for every month. There's a buck moon, a sturgeon moon, a harvest moon. I'd heard of harvest moon, a pink moon, a worm moon in March. I mean, like, I didn't know these things. So this is really fun. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous stitch. It's huge. It's like, let's see how big it is. 200 wide by 323 high. And it's MPIs, but she has the DMC conversion, and they stitched it on Fox and Rabbit. What color Fox and Rabbit is it on? Paper bark, 40 count. It's gorgeous. And then this one, the model for this one, like from across the room, I'm like, I have to have that. I never even paid this one a whole lot of attention before. And then when I saw it in real life, wow. And another one that I wanted to get that I didn't get that I probably will get was like the Lion and the Lamb. If you'll see that one, that was a new release from her too. That thing is gorgeous in person. Like I liked it, but like I really liked it. And of course she's doing this thing with Liz. What's it called? The Collective Noun series. So here's the Parliament of Owls. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then I had to get a few of Liz's because I didn't get this one. I went to the Steel City Stitchers retreat, and the Crafty U was there, which we got to see the people from the Crafty U again, Jean and all the ladies that work with her, and we saw them all weekend long, and they are precious. I was super happy to see them again and talk to them too. So I saw the model for this at there, and I didn't get it, and I thought about it, and then when I saw the model again at Market, I'm like, okay, I really need to have this one. And then this is so cute. I'm thinking about maybe this could be made into a birth sampler for my grandson. I don't know. It's a contender. It really, really is. I love it. So I had the best time meeting them. Thank you, ladies. You are super generous and gracious, and I can't wait to meet you all again sometime in the future. Another fun place I went into, I was telling you about the rainbow across the atrium. Amanda May of Ardith Designs. She's delightful. I enjoyed her so much. I got this guinea fowl little chart by Amanda May. There was something else she had there. What is it? Something she had that's not out yet. It's going to be released this fall. I'll know it when it comes out again. I just remember it was super cute. I feel like it was a Christmas thing. I like the Christmas things, but anyway, she was wonderful and nice, and I had to check in. She has a FlossTube, and so I asked her how her little pugs were doing, and she said they were pretty pitiful at home without her, so I know they were glad to see her when she got home. I tell you that the fabulous Michelle Bendy was right down the hall from me. I was so happy to get to meet her and get to give her a hug and meet her in real life. And Diana, it's Kismet. She came with her to help her, and Diana was so amazing too. One night she was stitching down in the bar area, talking to her friends, and I came to see Pam, because I got to meet Pam of Stitching in the Land of Good Enough, Stitch New England Pam that I Zoom with and do Hawk Run Hollow with, and she has a FlossTube, Stitching in the Land of Good Enough, and she just opened a needlework store in Massachusetts a few months ago, Stitch New England. I got to meet Pam, I got to meet Kevin, I got to see them multiple times, and I was talking to Pam, and yeah, I was so happy to see Pam. I totally got my picture with Pam. And so Diana was sitting there stitching, and we were talking about conversions, and she had been doing a skin conversion. I'm like, I want to do that. I told her that I just bought one of the DMC cards so I could start using that and to do skin conversion and also to help me use my fancy floss. And I was just kind of nervous about it or whatever. She just told me exactly how she did it and her whole process, and don't be a chicken and just da-da-da-da. So thanks, Diana. I appreciate that. That was super, super nice. Another nice thing, while she's sitting there telling me about that, then Noah's sitting there, he's stitching, he's working on his Haid, and I had just recently met Noah in a Zoom, so we hadn't known each other but 5 seconds, but he was so nice to let me look at his Haid because, you know, I'm only working on my one, and, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can stitch them with the number of threads you're using, and if you're doing full crosses or tents, and, you know, your coverage, and it's always like a big, not a debate, but like a decision that you have to make, and what your result's going to be. And so I was able to get like a first-hand look at Noah's work and see like what the coverage was and what he was doing. And I appreciate, you know, for taking the time to stop stitching and visit in and let me look at that. So thank you for that too. So back to Michelle Bendy, who's just a few booths down the road from us here at the market. Got to go in there and see her, and my LNS usually does have a few of her things for sale, so I went in there with them, and they picked up a few things that I saw on the market table when I went to pick up my goodies. But we got I got this one, the Lady Man. I love this one. I think there's going to be a stitch along going on this one. This looks so cool in person. Like, it's really, really neat. And I love this little Highland Coup of hers. This is from the Needlework Expo before, and it's stitched with that pack of sulkies I was telling you about. And then this Lucky Cat. My mom brought me one of these home when she was, I don't know, I think it might have come from, I don't remember if it was Hong Kong or Singapore, but I have one. And so I knew I had to get Lucky Cat, and so cute. So Michelle, was wonderful to meet Michelle in person. Another person that I was dying to meet was Erin of Autumn Stitchery. You all know, maybe you know, I stitched Dark Queen of the Seas by Autumn Stitchery. And because we don't have a hard copy of Dark Queen of the Seas, I couldn't get him to sign anything, but we totally took a selfie together. And I gave him a hug, and, you know, of course, send a big hug home for Cassandra, because I love Cassandra, and I know she was at home with the baby and the babies. And anyway, he was wonderful. It was great to get to meet and talk to Aaron. He came over and visited us with us for a while before the show got going. I think it might have been on Thursday. He came over and talked to us for a while, and he's a good guy. He's a good guy. So I have his newest release from Market, Serena Sprout. I am so excited to stitch her. I don't really have a lot of spring pieces, and she's going to be perfect. She's actually stitched on Friendship Green by Fabrics by Stephanie, and when I went by the Fabrics by Stephanie booth there, I was able to look at like a sample of it, because y'all know she was sold out. And I've got one. I'm going to be ordering one, but the color's beautiful. It's going to be perfect for this chart, so I'm super excited to stitch this one. And then I picked up a few more that I had wanted. This Santa Claus is Coming to Town from their Christmas series they did. The snowman one is super cute too, but I didn't get them to get me one in time. He was sold out by the time the one I wanted. I didn't get one, so I'll just wait. And then this one is so pretty. I think my friend Matt, MBC Stitcher, stitching this one, and I've been eyeing it, so I have that one. And then I totally wanted this one when this came out, because, you know, I've got my little Winnie. I love the Sanderson sisters. One of the charts I did not get and did not get to go buy or even remember to have my LNS pick up for me was a market exclusive by the Romy's Creations, and she partnered with a couple other people and did the Sanderson sisters. Man, so I've got to wait a while on that one. I really wanted that one. I think there was a thread pack too. I hope by the time that I get it, there's a thread pack. I don't know. We'll see. So Aaron was absolutely amazing, as nice as you can imagine on his FlossTube. He is in person. He was so much fun. Okay, so I love RETM. On my channel, I've made no disguise about that at all. I finished stitching the Nutcracker right at the beginning of the year. I told you all I was going to take my chart and get it signed. So when I got there and I got to meet her and talk to her for the first time, she said they had actually had a certificate of completion for me, but her daughter left it at home. So they're going to be sending it to me. So I'm going to actually put that in the back of the frame. So I didn't bother her to get her to sign the Nutcracker, but I totally did go visit her. I totally got a picture with her in front of her newest release, which is this Around the World, okay, which she super sweetly signed for me. This thing is huge, y'all. I cannot wait to stitch it. I'm going to be ordering the fabrics. It's a Fabrics by Stephanie, and then LeAnn stayed up way past her bedtime one of those nights at market, and we did a worked on a conversion to Forbidden Fiber Co. floss, and because LeAnn's amazing like that, and she actually has worked with Ari and converted some of her other charts to Forbidden Fiber Co. floss. So you know, if she converts them, that's what I'm using. So it's amazing. So I cannot wait to stitch this one once I get fabric and get my floss. It's gorgeous in person. Ari and her daughter and the lady that was there helping her were all so nice and so wonderful, and I'm just feel so blessed to have. Did I move this at some point? Because now I'm completely off, aren't I? I'm sorry. Tangent. They're wonderful. And I told her assistant, I'm like, am I too fangirling if I get a picture made with her? Because like, I love her. I love her. Ari was actually selling for her friend Nitka from Japan. She was selling her charts at her booth too. And I had wanted this one and we weren't sure where to get it. And Ari actually had it. I think these are like little naughty elves. I'm not sure. I tried to like look and see if there was something they're called in Japanese, you know, if this is a part of their culture that I didn't know about. And I mean, I tried to Google every which way I thought I could, and I didn't find anything. So if anybody knows anything, or if these are just little naughty elves, like, you know, I don't know. But I thought that was really cute. So I got that chart from Ari too. She was wonderful. You know, I don't have anything because I didn't get back down there, but a couple doors down from us was a really nice lady named Marie, and her shop is called Just Add Needles. She has like an online needlework store, and she had a bunch of like project bags in there and these little like salt cellars with pincushion tops in there for sale. The cool thing about Marie was we started talking about mirabilias, and she's like, oh yeah, do you want to see some? Y'all, she pulled out this stack of mirrors that she didn't have framed yet, but that were done, and a chatelaine, and I was drooling. So Marie, thank you for taking the time to show me your babies. And like, she made some conversions and she showed me, oh my gosh, she had the one with the swing, the Touching the Autumn Sky, that's out of print, that's super popular, with the leaves falling down. I mean, in person, you all, these things, they're unbelievably gorgeous, with the bling and the beads and the Kreinik and the stitching and the design. They just, oh, I could have stayed in her room and talked to her for so long. It's just, thank you, Marie. Thank you. Let's see, who else did I, okay, let's see. JBW Designs, Judy. What a wonderful lady. These were so cute. She had all of her little tinies hanging up, and they're just precious. I do want to say that in with Judy of JBW was Dawn from the Mindful Needle, and this was Dawn's first time at market, and so I was able to get from her a Scandinavian Noel. And then also, I thought this was really cute, Deck the Palms. it comes with a bead pack, and I was thinking that I would give this away because it was our first year there as a needlework, you know, as an exhibitor. It was Dawn's first year. This was really cute. I thought this would be fun to give away to somebody. So if you are interested in stitching Deck the Palms by Dawn of the Mindful Needle, then just say flamingo in your comment somewhere. Flamingo, Flamingo. Yeah, and I'll send that to you. If you're international, you're going to get it folded in half, so it'll get there in an envelope economically. Okay? Yeah. So I will do a random comment generator before my next FlossTube. So anyway, yeah, Dawn was super, super nice. Judy was so gracious, nice, generous, lovely people, lovely people. Okay, moving on. Not a whole lot left. I'm doing okay. I went into Praiseworthy Stitches. Those ladies are amazing. I was so excited because they had the model for Blue Moon Manor hanging up, and I'm stitching that one, and it's adorable. And I'm so excited now to get it done. Like, it gives me extra motivation. They were so sweet and kind. Their room was always busy as well. They had a couple cute little things in there that I was able to get. They have this one. This was new for market. It's called a Holly Jolly Stacker. Isn't that cool? I don't know how I'm going to make that star. Winnie, quit banging on that. I don't know how I'm going to make that star, but I am going to have to figure out how to make that star. But isn't that cute? Came with the little thing. The other cute thing they had was these little bangles. Bewitching bangles. And so you stitch that, and it goes in the bracelet. So I don't know if I'm just going to, if I'm going to make it for someone, or if I'm going to give it to a stitchy friend and let them make it. I don't know. Very, very cute. Very, very wonderful, nice ladies who were just so sweet. So sweet. My next door neighbor, and this is going to just drive me insane. Who was the name of the lady that was helping her that we talked to almost all weekend long? Well, Isabel was the primitive hair. That was my next door neighbor. So, as you can imagine, my list from her kept getting longer and longer because I could dart right in and dart right out, dart right in and dart right out. Look at it. Okay, so unbeknownst to me, she has a whole series of needle books. Now, if you don't know what a needle book is, it's like this long, flat, finished thing that you can fold on itself, and then on the back side of it, it'll say like what number needles. You keep your needles in it. She has a whole series of them. She has tons of them. And they're gorgeous. And she had them all there, and they were stitched. So the new ones I had to get were this one, Sun, the Sun Queen. Oh, because y'all, I didn't get any of that stuff, but I got that. The other one that I got was Moon, Stay Wild Moonchild. These were the new release ones. Oh my gosh, they are so freaking amazing. I wish you could see them in person. They are gorgeous. And then an older one that she had that I just love so much was this Christmas one. Now, they didn't have the little bells available there, but I am going to be able to order them from her on Etsy when her Etsy shop opens back up. Also, I've seen this one before on her Etsy store because I do have some of her charts. But in person, it was amazing, right? It was amazing. So I've got the, oh yeah, let's see. I've got the little pirate fabric for it. And she also had like a little embellishment pack. Yeah. And then I also have the fabric from, this one's called Stardust for, oh, this is the Sun one. And it's funny because she had this and she sold out of it really quick. And then Bobby said, I have some in my store. So Bobby brought me some from home. So I ended up with that. So that was good. That was really, really good. Other cool thing, let's see. This was the Nashville exclusive kit. Cross stitch collector. Came with like a board that we can put it on and fabric or whatever. Very exciting because I am a cross stitch collector. And then, like I said, some of these people are so generous. She was closing up shop and I finally got a picture with her, and on my way out I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see this amazing Krampus chart. And she's like, goodbye. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So, and creepy. Oh gosh, did I just show that whole thing on the back of there? I'm gonna have to put one of those stickers over there, those dancing stickers. But she's an amazing human. I think she's wonderful. So, and let's see what else. Another person that I got to spend some time talking to was Paula from the Craft Gallery. And I'm going to be sending my Nutcracker up to Findlay, Ohio for her to frame. We talked about it for a while. Hopefully it'll be ready in time for me to pick it up when I go up to StitchCon. What a lovely, lovely human. She gave us some framing advice for LeAnn's models and answered some questions I had. And I was talking to her about my friend Matt's little issue he had going on with his long dog, and just like so nice. Took so much out of her time when I know she was busy doing stuff too. Her and her husband Carlton, they were busy shopping, putting in orders places. So I know, you know, time is not free. So yeah, so thank you, Paula. So nice. I'm going to be sending that Nutcracker up there to get framed very, very soon. Let's see, who else? One of my favorite, I guess, I don't know, I can't say favorite, but an amazing store I had experience was visiting Cheryl from Glendon Place. So I've been trying to get in there like all day Sunday. What we would do is we were kind of like swapping out turns, like getting to run around, or LeAnn needed to go talk to somebody, or Zane wanted to go to this store and I wanted to go to this store. And like I said, Sunday was our day when we kind of like, stuff was winding down for designers and makers, and shops were like wrapping up and then going home. And we were there for a long time. I don't remember what time we closed. Did we close at like 5 or 6? It was a long day, right? So we would take some time and run out. And every time I would go up there, her room was like jam-packed. Cheryl's room was jam-packed. She had a new release that was like something about from Dragons, about people being crunchy and good with ketchup. And I mean, anyway, her stuff's really, really popular. So I finally got to go up there, and I was so excited to spend some time, talk to her. And while I was talking to her, a lady that was with her was Jean from Brick City. She is so nice. So anyway, these ladies, oh, sorry, I dropped something I gotta show you. I probably took up way too much of their time, but they weren't telling me no. So, okay. So has anyone seen Sir Thomas before? Sir Thomas. He is an amazing turkey, and he is full of bling and fabulousness, and I am starting him ASAP. And you guys are going to get to be very good friends with Sir Thomas on my FlossTube, because I am going to work on him a good dang bit. Cheryl signed the chart for me. When I got home, I ordered his fabric, and we've got Sullivan's, we've got beads, we've got Petite Treasure braid. Dude is something else. He is going to look amazing. I'm going to be starting him. I'm going to start him this weekend. He is going to be stitched on a 28 count. It's called China Pearl. It's a Jovelin. Yes. Yes. Amazing. However, we talked for a long time about Thomas, and just FlossTube and designing and the area that they live in Florida and the horse farms and everything. And then I caught this little pack out of the corner of my eye, and it was this. And I have been wanting to do this called Strelitzia, and it's like bird of paradise flower. I love this one by Glendon Place. And I was like, oh, do you have this chart? And she's like, I even have the model. I just didn't have room to hang it up. And she went back to the bedroom and brought the model out. And I'm talking like my jaw on the floor. This thing is gorgeous. And this, if this doesn't say spring and summer, I do not know what does. So between Serena Sprout and Strelitzia, I am going to be stitching full on some spring and summer this spring and summer, y'all. This is gorgeous, gorgeous. Came home and I ordered the linen for it. It's Chime by Picture This Plus. Oh my goodness. And I also got the Dinky Dyes pack for it. I mean, what? I'm so excited to start this. This is like, spring and summer is just going to be amazing working on this. So I promised her, Tom, lots of FlossTube time. So like I said, y'all are going to get to know Tom really, really well. I already have a couple friends stitching Tom. Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitive, she started him. Pam, Stitching in Atlanta Good Enough, she started him. So sounds like a good turkey stitch along, doesn't it? Because he is so gorgeous. Anyway, super gracious, both Jean and Cheryl. So talented, so friendly. Just really represented what my whole market experience was. I don't know. I've still got stuff coming. There was stuff I couldn't get, or that, you know, like I forgot about, like the Sanderson sisters, or like the Blackbird Designs. I really wanted one of their things, and so my LNS has ordered it for me. When I did go into my LNS to pick up my goodies, I also picked this up, and I don't know if this is a market release or not. It was on the market table, but I got this because, you know, I'm kind of on the hunt for a really good baby sampler. So I thought that was cute. Gosh, let me see if I'm thinking of missing it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I got to meet Arlene Cohen of Works by ABC. So Arlene did the Rosina Dizery 1820. She charted that. The Rosina Dizery was a black girl in 1820 that stitched this beautiful sampler that we just don't have very many examples of. And so she charted it, and she is the nicest person. I went by to see her, and she was not out. She was making her rounds. That was kind of the thing too, is sometimes on Sunday when I went to go by to meet somebody or see their thing, they were out because they got to visit too. But she stopped back by our little area and gave us a few of these little pens, Work by ABC, and it's got like a little maze in it, like how you do, I don't know. Anyway, she's great. I don't think I got a picture with her. Just like I don't think I got a picture with Stephanie of Lindy Stitches. And I saw her many times over the weekend and got to talk to her and tell her how much I enjoy her Marvelous World Sal. So, I mean, that was just kind of how it went. You know, some people you got a picture with, and some people you just got to tell them how great you thought they were. Like I ran into Beth Twist in the hallway and talked to her for a minute and told her that I had recently ordered her chart, My Funny Valentine, from the Kitten Stitcher website, and I love that song, and I thought her chart was beautiful, and so I got to talk to her for a few minutes, and it was just things like that. I got to meet the ladies from the Attic shop. They were super, super nice, and talked to them in the hallway for a little while. The ladies of Quilter Station, I have a friend who's going to a retreat there soon. I told him I really wished I could go, but my son's graduating high school. We've got a lot going on. And so it was nice to meet them. Who are some of the other shop owners I got to meet? Just briefly, the owner of Thread Needle Street, Lisa on Cross by Floss. That's her LNS. She talks about them sometimes. So it was just fun. Like I said, the ladies from the Crafty U, the ladies from the Stitchery Nook, the Craft Gallery, just everybody, designers and shops alike were so nice, and it was such a great vibe, and I'm really looking forward to going back to help again next year and to see everyone. And I'm trying to think, like, did I miss saying that I got to meet somebody that I will be kicking myself in the butt about further on down the line, and I'm sure I have. But you know, just getting to meet, getting to hang out with Bobby in person, for real, like a lot, and getting to see Ymir again. I just saw her a couple months ago, and I get to see her in June, and so getting to spend time with Ymir, getting to meet Noah in person, and Kenny in person, and getting to see the Athena and the Katie and Laura again, and just, you know, meet Michelle in person, and Janine McGowan. Wow. So yeah, you know, so I can go on and on. Karen and Bren, and we just had a wonderful, wonderful time. We were exhausted. Our feet were tired, but we all came away with, like, it was a great weekend, and we just learned a lot. We already had ideas for next year, things we could do better, things we wanted to change, new ideas that we learned. So yeah, super excited. I think I've rambled enough. I think I've shown you all my stuff. I'll be back pretty soon with a new floss tube because I have been stitching. Even though I worked a lot last week, I haven't worked a ton this week, and so I've gotten some work in. If you're not already following the Common Threaded Stitcher on Instagram, you haven't missed it yet. We're about halfway point of the month, so come on and join in, follow along, see what's new there. Yeah, so I'll be back in a few weeks, and take care. Thanks for sticking it out with me. Gosh, I'm looking around like, did I forget to show something? But I think I'm good. And if I forgot something, whatever, it'll be on my floss tube. You got the gist of it. You got the idea of the weekend. It was fabulous. It was wonderful. I feel very grateful to have gotten to go on, and I'm looking forward to it next year. So anyway, have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon. Thanks. Bye.